This is an update on the Forex trades. It's Thursday, February 8th, 2018. We're trading the New York session now. This is the pound yen. Now, about 2 hours ago or so, we got the continuation breakout signal candle. It was about an hour and a half. And everything was lining up just right on the signal candle as far as the indicators go. We have to ask, as soon as we see these signals, and again, I always go back to this, was there any prior trades before seeing this signal candle here develop? So was there any other continuation signal candles? So we're looking at a 1 hour time frame, and I don't use the continuation breakout trade on any time frame smaller than the 1 hour. I don't use the 30-minute. I use the 30-minute to pinpoint Tech 1 trade entries and things like that, but I will not use the 30-minute or anything smaller than a 1 hour for the continuation breakout trades. But I do use the continuation breakout trades on the 4 hour and the daily. So on this 1 hour time frame, I've got to go back to, this is my consolidation range. That low, that high, that's it. Now, taking that into consideration for this week, after the move to the downside, looking at this possible reversal here, this isn't necessarily a brand new trend where I would expect that it's going to take out some of these highs or some of these lows just yet. What it's doing is it's going back inside of this range of consolidation from last week's high to this week's low. These are significant levels. You always want to be aware of the previous week's high and low. It doesn't mean that the previous week's high and low is always going to have an impact. Very often it will. Most often it will, especially in a situation like this where we need to at least assess the conditions. So assessing the conditions and identifying the high and low, and that the fact that we're still trading inside of this range, this is a overall consolidation range. You can see that here on the 1 hour time frame, that this, excluding these small pullbacks here, is more or less one clean, smooth price swing low, high and low here. At this point, that tells me, well, I'm not going to get into a continuation breakout trade and expect the 250 pip target. I can trade it, but I got to do it carefully, and I've got to pay attention to these possible old support or possible retracement levels that could act as resistance on the way back up. Because again, this is a continuation signal candle, and all of the indicators are confirming, but it's not a true breakout of a overall range from the significant high or low. That's the major points that you've got to keep in mind when you're looking at a continuation breakout trade. Is this a breakout of a significant support or resistance level relative to the time frame you're trading off of? On this 1 hour time frame, it's very obvious. Right now, what we're doing is we're just trading inside of this range, and we've got to do it carefully. So psychological levels are definitely going to be the key here, and then these possible resistance areas. So with our entry of 153.72, our first target was the 154 psychological level. I believe it went to 4. Yeah, it went to 4 here, 154.04. So we locked in profits here at the 154.00, and the same thing set up here on the pound dollar. This one actually set up an hour after. So this is the pound dollar 1 hour chart. I'm going to go back to the pound yen, and you can see that that one gave us a signal 2 candles back, not including the third one, the live one, and then this one gave us a signal 1 candle back, not including the live candle. This is the pound dollar. So this one did the same thing for the most part, just kind of gave us a later entry. There's the resistance. Yes, I was asked this morning, what about this one? What if it just breaks above that one but not this one? It needs to clear both of them, obviously. But you can clearly see that after this retracement here, everything just went sideways. This is the most significant level right there, especially with it being the psychological level. It went as high as 1.3999 on this chart, or the 4,000 level. So that's a pretty significant area. So when a signal candle is going to close, or we need to confirm it, and it looks like it's going to close above a most recent, either way, support or resistance, in this case it would be resistance, it needs to clear above both of these when they're so close together like that. Again, we pick 2 targets with every trade. When we execute the continuation breakout trade, it's the first 20 to 25 pips. This one hit the first 20, and it went to 25 pips. We locked in profits here from 42 to 62. That doesn't include the spread, of course, But that's the best way to trade this, is to lock in profits here, because it looks like markets are going to stall at this point and not necessarily continue for the next 2 or 3 hours rallying straight up. That's what it looks like at this moment. And we've already made money. There's approximately 20, maybe 18 pips with a spread here. And then there was profits here on the pound yen. In the next video, we'll talk about Bitcoin dollar. We've still got an open trade on that one, and I'll review that in just a few minutes.